Hello, and welcome to our Awakening Intuition video series, where we pull oracle cards twice a month from my oracle decks Awakening Intuition and Grief, Grace, and Healing. Today is a very special edition of the Awakening Intuition video series. We'll call it our Mercury retrograde edition because we are a few days late getting this video to you. I so apologize for that, and it's actually never happened before. We've been doing these videos twice a month for over a year and a half, or almost a year and a half, and we've never been late. So forgive us. A bunch of things happened that made it late. And if you ever notice the video doesn't show up right around the 1st or the 15th of every month, just keep checking every day because we'll get it to you as soon as we can, and hopefully we won't have another late video for another year and a half. Now, there's a reason that this is going to be a special edition. It's special because it's a little late. We're going to do things just a little differently. We're only going to have 2 messages for you to pick from today. So we'll do our intuition test like we always do in just a moment. You can see which message might be most relevant for you for the end of August. So this will post around the 20th, and we are looking for messages to take us through the end of August 2024. The other reason this video is special is because I am announcing my Spiritual Author Academy. I am so excited about this online offering. It's 5 days of classes. You can be there in real time with us online, or you can watch it later if the schedule doesn't suit you. And this is something that myself and 2 other authors who are also good friends of mine decided to put together. We wanted to help people who feel like they've got a book or a deck inside of them that can really help others and needs to get out into the world. So all 3 of us have put out many decks, many books. I think together it's over 30 or 40 books and decks the 3 of us have all put out. So we wanted to create an online offering where, again, it's 5 days of classes. The 3 of us will be teaching. At the end, there's a long panel discussion. So if you're already a spiritual author and you're looking for tips and trends, or you'd like to be a spiritual author, this is a class that is going to have an early bird pricing special until September 9th. So you can get it just a little bit cheaper if you buy the tickets by September 9th, and you can find the link below this video to learn more about the Spiritual Author Academy and get tickets if it resonates and you feel called to do that. Okay, so now we are going to do our intuition test. We're only going to pull 1 card from Grief, Grace, and Healing today and do 1 synchronicity flip from my self-love book, Love Notes to Myself. As some of you know, Awakening Intuition, my super popular deck, is still sold out on US Amazon and US Canada. But they should be back in stock in September. So September 1st, we'll pull some cards, and hopefully it will be either back in stock or very close to being back in stock. With Grief, Grace, and Healing, any of you who have this deck or have watched me pull cards from this deck know that this is a really lovely soft energy deck. It's not just here to support you when you're going through a time of loss or a time of big transition in your life. It's also a deck you can go to when you want messages about grace, that benevolent spiritual force that's always working in the background, trying to help us the best it can in life, and also messages about healing. Healing is this lovely transformational force when you're already going through a transformation that is there to help you become what comes next after you're facing a loss and a transition. And it's a very nurturing force, and there's a lot of cards about healing in this deck. So we're going to go ahead and get out Grief, Grace, and Healing. And we'll get it from its lovely velveteen velour pouch here. And as you know, I have my own kind of unique shuffling method that I like to do with the cards. And first, we're just going to pause for 1 minute and let you, with your intuition, pick which message might be best for you for the end of August 2024. So as you're wrapping up August, ask your intuition right now, Is the card from Grief, Grace, and Healing going to be more relevant for me? Or is the message from the self-love book going to be more relevant? So ask your intuition now for a number 1 or 2. And you might get that number a couple ways from your intuition. You might hear a voice in your mind that tells you a number, like number 1. You might see an image in your mind that gives you a visual of the number 2. And you might also feel your energy just really pulled to one of those numbers. Every time I say 1 or every time I say 2, ooh, my energy body just activates. I get chills. I feel really pulled to that number. So pick your number now, and we will go ahead and get our first card for the people who chose number 1. And first we will hold the deck between my palm chakras here and just warm it up and ask for a really, I'm hearing, helpful message for the last part of August here, 2024. And we're going to do my shuffling method. As some of you know who watch this video, this is just my own shuffling method I use. Use whatever works for you. You'll see possibly a lot of cards flying around. I'm looking for one that really sticks up, kind of sticks the landing, and lets me know that it wants to be picked. So here we go. We're looking for a helpful message for the end of August. We're shuffling the cards. Ooh, and that one almost came out. There we go. We got a lovely card. It did what I kind of like it to do. It stuck up about an inch or 2 above the others. It's a single card, so this is a strong card for the end of August. Oh, what a lovely card. I'm so glad we pulled that. Interesting message for those who picked number 1. Now we're going to do something different. This is the Synchronicity Flip. So as probably a lot of people watching this video know, a synchronicity is something happens and it seems like it could be random, but it's actually not random. It's full of meaning. So when you want to do this at home, you could just pick any book you like my book, Love Notes to Myself. This is all messages of self-love. And if you're looking for something that happens randomly, but wait, it's not random, it's full of meaning, you can again hold it between your palm chakras, warm up the book, and say, we're looking for a really helpful message for the end of August 2024. Now I'm going to flip, that's the flip part of the synchronicity, and this page, since we're setting the intention here together, it's not going to be random where this lands. The flip is going to be a synchronicity, meaning it's going to have some meaning for the people watching this video, particularly maybe the people who chose number 2 with their intuition. So here we go. We're doing our flip for the people who chose number 2, or just anyone this could resonate with. Ooh, oh my goodness. It's really interesting. These 2 messages kind of flow together. So I've got my message number 2, but I'm going to put a little bookmark in this, and I'm going to start by revealing message number 1. I've got my message number 2. I'll reveal that more in a moment. If you chose card number 1 with your intuition for the end of August, you chose a very interesting card. Be of service to others. Let me read it to you. It can be a kindness to yourself to get a break from your issues by focusing on someone else. Whether it's being of service to others in your career, with family and friends, or in your community, it's nourishing to be a force of grace in the world. Appreciation from others is revitalizing now. That is from the Grace Suit, all about that benevolent spiritual force that's there to try and help us the best it can. It can't obviously do everything, or unfortunately stop terrible things from happening, but it's always in the background trying to help and do what it can here for everybody on earth, all of us collectively. Hi, this is Tanya with just a brief pause to the video, asking that if you enjoy these videos and they've even become a regular part of your spiritual practice, you'll take a moment and like the video and subscribe to my channel. That really helps the videos reach more people. My team and I thank you, and now back to the video. So this card I heard, it's obviously, stop and listen to the video again if you chose that. It's about being of service. What I'm hearing clairaudiently with my intuitive voice I hear in my mind is for some people watching this video, you might be getting some new ideas about how you want to be of service. How exciting. So it could be I'm hearing something where I know that I love being a parent, or I know I love working at this company, or I know I love being a doctor, I know I love being a barista. You know, whatever it is that you're doing in the world, I love volunteering here. You know, I love just showing up for friends and family where I can. However, you're being of service in a way that is helpful to others and also really fills you up and makes you have more purpose and meaning and just joy in your life. If you already really like the way you're doing it, there's going to be some kind of pivot here, I'm hearing, at the end of August, where something, you might just change it in a slight way. It might be that you're doing it in a different way, a different schedule, so that it's easier for you, it's more enjoyable, you have more time for self-care. For some people, it might be, I've got a brand new idea of how I want to be of service, and I'm really excited about it. So if you chose card number 1, I love that card for you. And now, for the people who chose card number 2 from our Synchronicity Flip, Love Notes to Myself, my self-love book, it's a little bit similar, but slightly different. Let's listen to it. Number 2 is, I have a personal code of honor. Then the main tenet is to try to treat others the way I myself would like to be treated. Wow. And if you get this book, you'll see there's a whole little extra couple passages here about that informs this message a little more. But I think we should just stick to the main message. I'll read it again. I have a personal code of honor, and the main tenet is to try to treat others the way I myself would like to be treated. Okay, so I think for the people who chose card number 2 from Love Notes to Myself, one thing that you're going to be working with at the end of August is sometimes having to be the bigger person, taking the high road. You know, if there's an area of conflict, kind of stepping back, being generous with other people, I hear right now clairaudiently, being merciful and compassionate where you can, and also protecting yourself. You know, if that means that you have to spend less time in a certain situation with a certain person, with a certain place, if certain conversations are off limits, if you have to say, let's put a pin in this issue, we'll revisit it later, it's something to where you feel like you really can live by the golden rule of treating others the way you would want to be treated. And the angels are telling me right now, maybe a good way to discern what that would be is where you can just pause, take a minute by yourself, put your hand over your heart and say, how would I want to be treated in this situation? What is for the highest good here of everyone involved? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad we did these messages for the end of August. I so look forward to doing these videos. Thank you for being here again. I hope we are never late again, but if we are, just check back every couple days and we'll post one. And we will be back at the very beginning of September for a bunch of messages for the first 2 weeks of September. We'll pull 3 cards like we normally do. We'll pull from Awakening Intuition. And in the meantime, if you'd like to take advantage of that early bird pricing for Spiritual Author Academy, again, you'll find the link below that will tell you all about the classes and the offering and the 2 other authors that are doing this with me, and it will allow you to buy tickets. You can get all of my decks, my books, or my Self-Love Yearly calendar with the links below as well. And until next time, I'm really, really wishing you a peaceful end of the month in August, and especially with Mercury retrograde and so many planets in retrograde, be very gentle with yourself, and where you can, be gentle with others. Thank you, and I'll see you back here at the beginning of September.